A man had a lot of criticism to spew about parents who allow their daughters to wear tight-fitting clothing. Take a look.
Hey, yo, don't nobody know your daughter is 14, 15 years old, man. They don't. Especially when they see them wearing these shorts with their hanging out shorts. Men see physical, we see it. We don't know she 15, 14, man.
Do you think young girls should have to change what they wear to appease men? Creepy men is what they say. Mom, what do you think about this?
I feel like two things can be true at the same time. I think I hear his point, but at the same time, bro, like, first of all, you can't try to blame the parents on this. A lot of these girls leave the house one way and change to something else when they're with their friends. So a lot of the blame is not on the parents. But then two, it just seems like he's looking for an excuse to be attracted to younger girls. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But I do feel like, children or kids are looking a little bit older these days, but you can still tell, like, you know what? They still look young. They have a youngness to them where I don't feel like they're all the way legal. Or you just ask questions. I don't know. I'm a little bit torn with this situation, honestly, because I feel like I can go both ways.
Okay. Al, what do you think?
I think he's right. I think he's right because these young girls are modeling themselves after our young entertainers. They have their, I don't know if we can say the word, but they have everything out from their breast to their back. They wear their scantily dressed. They have on makeup. They have on hair. And they can be very tricky for a lot of, even if not older men in their 20s. Now, the other side of this is this guy is also wrong. Dude, you way too old to not know when you see a 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old out here in these streets. Now, Claudia, you know this and I know this. At this age, when I see college students, young 20-year-olds, they look like babies to me. And I say to myself, oh my goodness, they're in college? They're 21, they're 22, they're 23. They look like little high schoolers to me. So for you to say that you can't recognize a young girl, you're lying. You're giving me pedophilia, creepy vibes, and you know that you're absolutely wrong.
I'm agreeing with both. I'm agreeing with both y'all. I too am of the two things could be true at the same time. Tribe. I do believe, yes, I do not like when I see young girls dress extra sexy, but I can also recognize with my two eyes that that's a young girl. And I think he's looking, I feel it's giving, he's looking for an alibi. I didn't know, parents, you need to do a better job. Her booty cheeks was hanging out. I didn't know. And I think it's the messenger because he's giving me real creepy, rapey vibes. My opinion, I'm not saying he's a rapist. He's giving me those kind of vibes. Like, I don't know, right message, kind of wrong messenger. And I'm with you, Al. I remember when I used to watch like NBA games or NFL games, I'd be like, ooh, that's a man, he fine. Now when I look at those guys and they're 21, 22, 23, 25, they look mad young to me. And I just feel like we can all tell when someone, I mean, there's some people, of course, that like, you make little question mark. But I don't know. I think he is looking for an alibi to look at little baby girl's booty cheeks hanging out the shore.
You can tell when it's a kid dressing like an adult. You can still, they have a certain look to him. You can tell that that's a kid. He just wants to look. That's my thing. So just keep it real.
Azalea21 said that's just like asking a rape victim what they were wearing at the time of the attack. A grown man cannot blame a child for his perversion. And Tammy B. Dan says play adult games, get adult prizes. These little girls looking way too grown, but the moment they open their mouths, you know it's a child. Right. And Amber Brooklyn said, you can tell a little girl when you see them, especially when you speak to them. And one last one, JW says, he sounds like he just got caught looking at a 15-year-old. You need to get it together. He is creepy.
But my thing is too, though, but what is dressing too sexy as a little girl? Like, I feel like girls can wear crop top and short shorts. They're girls like, they don't have to be all covered up all the time. And, they might want to wear hair and makeup. A lot of these girls get into that. They don't just become strippers and sex workers. Some of these girls become beauticians and makeup artists and fashion stylists. And that's part of how they express themselves. So I just don't like the narrative that sometimes when they're dressing like freely or they're wearing hair and makeup, they immediately have to be, sexually going into like maybe the strip club or something like that, or they're trying to be a hoe or something.
I think that, we're probably not parents. And the deal, Armand, sometimes is you have to teach the child how to dress so that they don't become victims to men like this. So even though you want your child to be able to express herself and how she dressed, you know, you just can't be walking around looking so enticable to pedophilia people. There are people out here who every day go out looking for targets. And so, you know, sometimes you just teach young girls that, you know, you can't dress like you're 18 when you're 12 just because you're a girl. You know, sometimes that's why they have school uniforms, you know, so that they don't put themselves in positions to be physically assaulted or to be
I don't know. I feel like you could have on a school uniform and still get sexually assaulted. So to try to say somebody is dressing a certain kind of way makes them get sexually assaulted, I don't have to be a parent to know that that's not true.
I think that real quick, I just want to say this. I think we're taking the blame off the actual adults. And the blame and the responsibility should always be on the adult and not the child. Even if the child is dressed provocatively or sexually, or what we deem that is maybe a hot summer day, whatever, it's still on the adult to recognize that is a child. And although my groin may be feeling away, I have to check that and know that I am the adult. Because this kind of sounds like some of the Muslim stuff that we hear about women got to be covered up so we don't tempt the men.
That's
How about
crazy.
you check yourself also as well? But again, I ain't trying to, walk around construction workers with my, Band-Aids covering my nips. But I say this is a child, and an adult should always be the one.
I just would have to say, as a parent, if I had a child, I want my young girl to feel like she could express herself, but I'm not letting her walk out the house every day to school with a tube top and booty shorts on. It's just not going to happen. I can't see what she's doing and where she's going, and I can't be there to protect her. For those out here that are on the hunt, especially because they're sexual predators, and we know that the assault rate on young girls is higher than it's ever been in the United States based on what they wear. I personally, as a parent, could never have a conscience and do it.
And stop blaming the girls. Teach the boys to not be rapists and pedophiles. Yes. And so the girl doesn't. It shouldn't always be on the girl. Like it
shouldn't always be about what she wore. Nigga, you don't be a pervert.
That guy's a creep though. He's scared.
Yeah, don't be a creep.
I'm 50 years old. I was like, oh, let me go put a sweater on because he scared me.